Hey everybody, Eric Thompson here, and we're going to talk about very quickly about how to use printouts of the digital energy mandalas to amplify the energy, whether you're using the new digital Shakti pot, which we're going to be using for this demonstration, or you're using one of our other audios or any of our mandalas. So now what we've done differently for digital Shakti pot was we've actually included a PDF document called Digital Shakti Pot Printout that will actually already has it set up and ready to print for you. Let's see if I can get this open. Okay. And basically, you can use the free Adobe Reader to open that file. You can download, just go to Google and put in free Adobe Reader download and go to the Adobe site and download it there. And as you see, we have 2 pages here with the digital Shakti pot mandala already ready to print on it. Now, if we were in, let's say we were in a Word document, then what you would do if you don't if you have an older version of the mandalas that don't have this PDF document included, what you'll do is you'll just go into Word and you'll insert one of the mandalas in there using the insert picture function, and then just resize the picture to fit the page and print it out that way. It's pretty simple, but we've already done the work for you here. And so then what you'll do is you'll press print. I don't think I have my printer on. But what you want to do is make sure you've got your printer selected. And one of the things you can do, there should be a function in here that allows you to print on both sides of the paper. So you'll want to do that because this has, again, 2 pages in it. And it's designed to print the mandala on both sides of one piece of paper. And let's say you've set down with the Digital Shakti Pot 60-minute track. Again, I've said in earlier videos that it's designed such that the energy gets stronger and stronger and stronger all the way up to the 60-minute mark. The same is true for the 20-minute version. So you want to sit down with that for full meditation, 60 minutes, to see where you are gauged on the subtle energy response spectrum. So in other words, if you sit down with it for 60 minutes during meditation and say, wow, that was good, but man, I could stand it to be stronger. Then what you'll do is you can use any of the other prior amplification methods I've shown, including the audio method or the mandala method, or you can use this method, or you can combine all 3. In that case, you would open up multiple mandalas, multiple audios, and then print out multiple copies of this and sit on it. By the way, when you print this out, you can put the prints in a folder so that when you sit on it, it won't ruin them. Okay, but what you'll do is, let's just say we want to print out 5 copies. What it'll do is it'll print out 5 copies, double-sided pages, so that 5 pages with the digital mandala on both sides. Stack those together, put them in a small manila folder, and then you'll sit on that. And it's okay, the energy will come right through the mandala, or right through the folder, and it's going to amplify the experience for you dramatically. I've had people say, are you sure? I don't see how this can work. It doesn't make any sense to me. All I'm asking you to do is just follow the directions. Try it. Okay. If you want to go for a big bang, print out 20 copies, stack them back to back, put them in a small folder, and sit on that during your meditation. And I guarantee you, it's going to be deep and it's going to be powerful. Trust me, because the energy does get transferred all the way into the printed page. People say, can you explain this to me? There are a lot of ways to explain it. I will let you know that rather than trying to explain all of that right now, because I want to keep this a short video, I'll give you some instances. Now, for example, in the Christian tradition, there's the idea that The Apostle Paul, uh, there were so many people coming to them for healings that they couldn't reach them all the time. So what he would do is sometimes people would give him a scarf or a handkerchief, and he would put the blessing, the healing blessing, in that handkerchief. And when the person touched that handkerchief, they'd get their healing. If that sounds crazy to you, we all also have this tradition, very similar tradition in the Vedic traditions, in the yogic traditions. So, for example, in various Hindu religious communities, there's the tradition of uh, what they call the vibhuti. The vibhuti is inert ash that has the Shaktipat blessing embedded in it. So the spiritual master will bless the ash or touch it or breathe into it so that the Shaktipat energy is embedded into the ash, and then the ash is given, or the vibhuti is given, to the student and is administered such that they put the ash on the area between the eyebrows, just right there at the third eye, because again, we talked earlier that this third eye area has been found to be by the sages to be a very powerful sort of energy power button for the human energetic system to catalyze spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening. And so again, we have this tradition where the energy is being imbued in inert ash. There's also in the same tradition, there's the tradition of prasad, which is blessed food. It's food that's been blessed by the spiritual guru and carries the spiritual energy in it, such that when you eat it, you get a spiritual benefit from it. So this is not a new idea. The energy of the mandala, when it's printed out, actually travels through it interfaces with the entire electromagnetic field of the printer while it's being printed out. And as it does that, it's therefore also imbued into the ink. And again, as I said, the energy is imbued in every pixel of the mandala. I've said this in previous videos. Therefore, that energy gets imbued into the ink when it's printed out. Now, I will tell you that if you print this out, the energy will dissipate over the course of a week or two, but it never fully dissipates. But when you first print it out, it stays strong, really strong, for the first couple of days. And if you print out 10 of these so that it's double-sided, and you stack them back to back and put them in a small folder, and then sit down on that folder during your meditations, you're going to go deep. Just try it. Trust me. Okay? And then every so often, you might need to print out new copies to keep the energy nice and strong. And again, if it's too much, you want to dial the energy back and not print out so many. If it's not enough, then you want to print out even more. Okay? So before you contact me and say, well, this didn't work for me, let's say you print out 5 copies and sit on this while you listen to the digital Shaktipat meditation track, and you don't feel it, you feel a lot. Well, then what I want you to do is, the next time you sit down with it, I want you to print out 100 copies and sit down on it. And I guarantee you're going to feel the energy. Okay? It's just a matter of dosage. It's not one size fit all, because each of us responds to subtle energy differently. The cool thing about this technology is the more you use it, the more sensitive you'll become to the energy, because it will turn on your own energetic system so that you start to resonate with this technology, this energy, more and more deeply, and you'll respond to it much more quickly. And over time, you won't need to print out as many copies or open up as many copies of the audio or mandala in order to feel the energy, because your energetic system is already resonating at that level. Your vibrational level has already been lifted. You see. So trust me, folks, this has changed my life. It's going to work for you. Just keep amplifying it till you find that right level. I know you're going to love it. Namaste.